Hello everyone, Transport Enthusiast here. Sorry about the delay there. I've just set up I'm doing this with Streamlabs, so this is my first time doing this. That's why I didn't have the microphone on there for a second. So today we are in Smarden, and I'm gonna just quickly go through the plan. Hello everyone, Transport Enthusiast. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just checking that that's actually working. So today we are in Smarden, and before we get started with this, I'm just going to go over the highlights of the Aerosoft Next SIm event. So all the news regarding simulators, new games, and add-ons for Omsi 2. So I'm going to start talking about that in the next minute. But first of all, I'm just going to quickly mention what we are doing today. So today we are in Smarden. We're doing the 347 to Rye, because last time we did it, we did not do it properly. And then we will be driving the Enviro 400 MMC ZF. So this bus recently got an update. I'm going to talk about the update after I finish talking about the simulation news. And we've also removed the speed limiter off this bus, so this bus will be able to fly now. We will be driving properly today, although of course we will do some speeding within reason. Okay. So, the Aerosoft Next SIm event was on Friday, and among the things announced were add-ons for Omsi 2, a new bus simulator, and a new tram simulator. So I'm probably going to start talking about the tram simulator, since that was what was featured first in the sim. Now guys, if the volume is off, or if the mic is too loud or too low, do let me know, because I just set this up on Streamlabs, and it might be done incorrectly, so I do apologize if that is the case. Okay, so Tram Sim, basically I think it's going to be the first proper tram simulator that we have in game. So it's being developed by ViewApp. So I'm sure most of you are aware of who ViewApp are. They are the creators of Omsi 2 add-on Vienna 1 and Vienna 2, and they were working on a add-on with Lotus. So Lotus, I'm sure again most of you know what Lotus is. So Lotus is a bus simulator, and it is also a tram simulator, train simulator, that sort of thing. And they were working on Lotus, but there was some kind of issues, or they didn't get along, the two developers, ViewApp and the developers of Lotus, or one of the developers of Lotus. So what they have done is, instead of making a tram add-on for Lotus, they have decided to make their own tram sim instead. So this new tram simulator is going to feature the Linie 1, or the Vienna Line 1. So it's a 25-kilometer long tram line, and it's going to have the Flex City trams. So these are quite modern trams that are going to be featured in the game. Now, that's all that's going to be released in the first version. I'm not sure if there's going to be updates, because people on the Discord have been contending this and talking about this. So more about that in a few minutes. But the main takeaway, the main thing about it is it will be released on the end of October. That is the plan anyway. So when it's released at the end of October, it will feature the Line 1, and it will feature those trams, and it's going to cost €36. So I'm just going to give you a bit of my own overview about this and what people on the Discord have been saying. So Tram Sim do have their own Discord, which you can join if you so wish. So €36, I'm not going to lie, I myself, when I heard it, it sounded rather expensive to me, if I'm quite honest, because realistically, all it is one tram line, and it's only one tram, so it doesn't really feature that much. And other simulators, see, this is the problem. The other simulators, for example, Metro Simulator 2020, it has 2 different trains, and it has one metro line with different variations. That's €20. You have Omsi 2, which has 2 bus lines, and it also has multiple buses. It's €30. You have BMNG.drive, which has multiple cars. It has multiple maps. It's €20. You have, there's some other simulator as well. I can't remember what it was, but they're all within €20. But then you have this, which is Tram Sim, and it's €36. And €36 is quite expensive for the very limited amount of gameplay it offers you. There's talk about some kind of career mode, that sort of thing, but still, in comparison to other simulators, it's at least €10 more expensive. And to be honest, if I'm really honest with you guys, I don't find that overly surprising. And the reason for that is because at the end of the day, it is being developed by the creators of the Vienna add-on, so Vienna 1 and Vienna 2. And I think it wouldn't be unfair to say that Vienna 1 and Vienna 2 were certainly not very realistically priced. They were rather overpriced, let's be real, because Vienna 1, all it featured was one bus and one bus line that was only about, the bus line was only about 25 minutes, and then Vienna 2 was another bus line in Vienna, and again only 25 minutes and only one other bus route. And not to mention the fact that what they did is, if you want to play, let's say, line 23A, which is Vienna 2, or you want to play line 24, which is Vienna 1, they're two separate maps, even though they both have some of the same route. And the reason they did that was obviously to make money off people. So for that reason alone, I do feel like the €36 price is, it does have an element of, I don't want to say greed, but it's definitely monetary opportunism there, because I don't feel like €36 for what is in essence an indie game is the best strategy going forward. And I know like games like Microsoft Flight Simulator are €70 as a starting price, but you know, in fairness, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 offers a lot more than Tram Sim would on release. But I think the key with indie games is that they're usually priced low. That is done for a reason, obviously, because when you price an indie game low, what that means is that more people will buy it and will gain more traction. And I think in the long term of things, it will earn more money, because if you have an indie game that, you know, it's a studio not many people are familiar with, or it's just it's a game that's not exactly a huge amount in the market, the way you make it that more people use it is you put down the price. But you know, obviously that's not been done, so that's the thing. And I know some people are saying at €36, yeah, it's €36, but at the same time, it does feature the Unreal 4 engine. The graphics are superb. I'm not gonna lie, the graphics do look superb, and the level of detail that's been put in does look super. But at the same time, we cannot deny the fact that that alone is not enough to justify such a high price. It really isn't compared to other simulators. But you know, I think that's all there is to be said to it. Like, I think knowing View App and knowing the previous add-ons, there's nothing surprising there. But that is really all that there is to the Tram Sim on that front. And if you have any questions about it, you can also post them into the live chat. One quick thing to mention is some people on Discord were saying that they expect Tram Sim is going to have more trams in the future, and it's also going to have more tram lines in the future. However, the validity of this, or how true this is, I'm not too certain about it myself, because the View App themselves haven't confirmed this. But what I do know is there are meant to be add-ons created for the Tram Sim. So basically they will allow other developers to make tram maps. So that is certainly a positive, because I think that in essence is what's going to make this game last longer than just a year or two, is the replayability. However, by what I've heard, it sounds like the way they're going to do it is that the only way add-ons can be created is if the View App, the team themselves, approve the developer. So they approve the person who is making the tram map.
Hello.
So this basically means that in order to actually gain access to the map tools, you have to request that access, and then you have to...
Lights on, the kids are afraid of the dark.
Oh, the kids are afraid of the dark, there you go. So that basically means that, yeah, pretty much to be able to make a map, they have to be approved by View App. And again, some people speculate that this is again this is from a financial tactic, basically, because what that means is that the developers have control over who has access to these tools, and therefore they can also charge a fee and ensure that they make some sort of commission every time someone makes a add-on using their own game. Now, of course, this is speculation, but you know, oh god, what's happening here? Sorry about this. I don't know I'm not sure why this is being a bit laggy. Yeah, do apologize here. There we go. Sorry about that. Yes, so that's that. But there will be add-ons, but some people are saying it's to verify if add-on creators are good. I don't personally agree with that kind of what's the word, policy, because I think it's much better to allow people to create their own add-ons, because that way they do obviously. Okay, yeah. I know. You have priority checked off. So it just means that more people can create add-ons, and basically the only way people learn about making add-ons is if they try it out. And obviously, like, the first add-on won't be great quality, but the next one will be. that sort of thing. And you know, generally I think with a simulator it's better off not to have censorship, because realistically I think that's what happens when you put all these requirements that someone has to be approved. I think that's basically a form of censorship of who can create addons and who cannot. But anyway, that's really it about Tram Sim. But this reception does seem to be good overall, because a lot of people on the Discord were saying that Tram Sim is going to be better than Lotus, or that they will no longer be entertaining Lotus now that Tram Sim is being developed. And not gonna lie, Tram Sim does look a lot better than Lotus. Graphically, it's a lot better. And now is probably then a good time to also mention the system requirements. Okay, I think I need to tone down my settings because Omsi 2 is being a bit glitchy here. I'm just going to tone down some of these things because this is being very glitchy. We probably don't need max object. Yeah, we don't need that map complexity. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I'm just trying to tone down some of these graphics because it is being a bit glitchy. So the minimum system requirements for Tram Sim. So basically, it's a bit interesting how the minimum system requirements work because they are quite low, bar the GPU end of things. And then you know, usually if the system requirements are high, so GPU or yeah, this is being really glitchy for some reason. I don't know why. So do apologize for that. I do apologize for that. I think it's perhaps because I have the AI people as well. And the Enviro 400 MMC is obviously very resource heavy. I'm gonna check here. What's the story? So that's the thing, because I never get lag on this map, but now for some reason it's being very laggy. I'm gonna try to turn reflections off. If I turn reflections off, I'm gonna guess that might solve our problem, at least until we get out of one some yet. I never get the jumping bus usually, but as you can see here, we're getting this crap. So graphics, reflections, none. Hopefully that will fix it for the time being. There we go. I don't know why it's being this glitchy, but it is. So we're gonna have to have reflections off just for just until we get out of the city center, because this is being really glitchy. I think I have to remove the people from Smarden. Yeah, I'm not sure why this has happened, because I think it's probably because the combination of this bus and the AI people is causing a lot of lags. So I will turn the reflections back on once we get out of the city. Why is this not moving? Yeah, we'll be out of here of the bottleneck here soon. Yeah, so Tram Sim. So I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to actually get to that, but Omsi 2 was creating some other problems for us. So Tram Sim, the GPU requirement. So it's a 4 GB of VIA RAM is the minimum. So which is fairly high for an indie simulator. But I mean, going forward, I think that realistically, I think the 2 GB VIA RAM GPUs are slowly going to become outdated. So realistically, most people will probably be having a 4 GB VIA RAM GPU anyway. But yeah, so that's the 4 GB VIA RAM. So that's how much VIA RAM you need to have on your GPU, the minimum. You also need to have then, that's the only high requirement. The CPU just has to be a quad-core 2.8 GHz version, and then you need 4 GB of RAM. So you know, as you can see, the system requirements are actually quite low for Tram Sim. It's really just GPU that's within the high end of things. But then the recommended requirements are quite a bit higher, because it recommends a 6-core, I'm not sure how you call it, a 6-core GPU. I can't remember how many gigahertz it was. I think it was 8 GB of RAM and then an 8 GB graphics card that is DDR5. And I think the reason is because they're using some really high textures, so that is why. That's why those requirements are a bit on the high end. We're going to turn the reflections back on now. I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Yeah, I think the combination of nighttime, the Enviro 400 MMC and the AI people Does not please Omsi 2 very much. Yeah, so that's really it about Tram Sim. So I don't think there's much more to say. So the next thing is there is also a new bus simulator coming out, and this bus simulator will be called The Bus. It's being developed by, I think, the creators of Tourist Bus Simulator. I haven't played it myself, but I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. So the bus is going to, you know, thankfully actually simulate a real-world city, Berlin. Yeah, so I know what some of you are thinking, Berlin. Don't we already have that? Yes, we do. It's being Berlin is being developed for Omsi, and it's also being developed for Berlin is in Omsi 2, and it's also going to be in Lotus. Turns out it's also going to be in the bus as well. So it's going to feature, I think, 4 lines, but initially it's going to feature the line 100. Now I'm not sure if it's a fictional line or a real line, because based off what I read on the Steam page, I couldn't quite decipher which one of the two it was. But nonetheless, if it is a line 100, that means that not only will it be a real bus line, but we're going to have 2 bus simulators that actually simulate the exact same place and the exact same bus line. Because for those of you who aren't aware, Lotus Simulator, being developed by the same people that developed Omsi 2, will also... Well, actually, it's only just one person, so it's Marcel Kuhn because the other guy, Rudiger, no one knows what happened to him. But anyway, Jesus,
My word, this is just too much. I've never experienced anything like this on a public carriage vehicle.
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like this in a simulator, but that's what happens when you have no other bus simulators. Yeah, so that's the thing, yeah. So if it's line 100 is also meant to be in the bus module for Lotus. So, you know, of course, if that happens, or if that goes through, that means that we'll have the two bus lines, 2 exact same place, and 2 simulators. So the bus, then, no one knows what the system requirements are yet. On the Steam page it says to be confirmed, so at the moment I don't think they know what the requirements are. It's scheduled to be released in 2021, so it's going to be released at the same time as Bus Simulator 21. However, it's going to go into early access at the end of this year, so early access is going to feature 1 bus line, and I think it's going to feature a single-decker man Lion City, some sort of man Lion City bus. But what that means, and okay, I think I know what the problem might be. I'm going to turn off the. Just going to go into the settings here in this and turn off the chat box, because I think the chat box is probably going to create some issues, and I might stop streaming this off my tablet because I can check in on the live chat there if need be. Anyway, so the bus will be released as early access later this year, so it'll be released by the end of this year, and it will be available on Steam, and it is meant to be at a cheaper price than when it will be released. So it's definitely something that you should check out if you're interested in playing the bus. The graphics do look fairly good, and that's really all there is to the bus. I might link all these Steam page links in the description after the stream, or for anyone that's watching this on replay, you can just check the description for the links. Okay, and that's the other interesting thing. There's actually a lot of bus simulators being developed, so clearly developers have caught on to the fact that bus simulators actually can be profitable, because at the moment there is kind of a gap of bus simulators in the market, really, because Omsi 2 is really the only one that's being used at the moment. And that actually brings me on to Bus World. So Bus World wasn't, obviously it wasn't one of the events on the Next SIm event, or it wasn't one of the things talked about in the Next SIm event, but Bus World is also due to come out by the end of this year, and they have been posting some work in progress screenshots and updates on their Steam page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off reflections until we get out of this area, because I think the Freeman objects, I changed my graphics card recently to a Nvidia GTX 1050, so it might be that these newer graphics cards don't work as well with the Freeman objects, because I know the Freeman objects were causing lag for some people in Smarden, and I think having changed my graphics card, that might have also caused lag for me. So anyway, I just turned them off there. I will turn them on back like in about 5 minutes. But you know, we'll survive without them. Yes, so Bus World is, for those of you who don't know, it's a bus simulator being developed by the people who created Bus Simulator 18, Kishmish Games, and also the people who created Metro Simulator 2020. It's scheduled to become released. It's scheduled to be released as early access at the end of this year at some point. Not too sure when. And it is going to feature Chernobyl as well as some areas in Asia, and it is kind of set in the past as well. So recently what they have done is they've been showing some screenshots of Chernobyl, the exclusion zone, and I have to say it's, the progress and certainly the simulator itself looks superb, to say the least. They did have some Icarus, I think it was 260 vehicle buses in the screenshot, and they also, I think they're using the selling point that it's the first simulator, it's the simulator that recreates Chernobyl in the highest level of detail compared to any other game. I think the only other game that has Chernobyl is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I do have a video scheduled where we fly over Chernobyl, so do keep an eye out on that as well.
The worst driving I've ever experienced.
But that's really what's happening with Bus World. Really, so you know, those are the updates there. Now, for the Omsi 2 news, which I'm sure is probably what most of you already know, but probably are also interested in. Obviously, the much contended and the much debated Omsi 2 ad in London, we finally got some news. So there were a lot of naysayers, there were a lot of people who were saying it was a scam, it wasn't going to happen, etc, etc, or that the developers given up after the developers went to create a project in silence, so they weren't posting any updates for a year or two. However, luckily, as many have been indicating, Omsi 2 add-on London was never cancelled, and in fact it is scheduled to come out at the end of this year. And whilst there is no release that's set, I myself am going to do some speculation, although we shouldn't do speculation, but I just personally think that it's probably going to be released in December in time for a Christmas release. And the reason I believe that is the case is because that's exactly what happened with Omsi 2, and I have a feeling Aerosoft knows that if Omsi 2 add-on London can potentially bring in a lot of money, not only for the add-on London, but also from Omsi 2 sales as well. And obviously if they have it at the Christmas sale, there's going to be a lot of people who are in the younger age bracket that will probably be getting Bus Omsi 2 if they don't have it, and Omsi 2 add-on London. So from a financial point of view, it probably is going to yield the most revenue. That's my personal opinion anyway. That's not going to say that it is going to be released then, but I have a feeling that London is definitely going to be it's going to be a flagship Omsi 2 add-on. It's probably going to be one of the most famous Omsi 2 add-ons when it's released, so that obviously means that it's likely. But anyway, I'm sure most of you already know what routes are being included. There's going to be 12 routes and it's going to be 4 buses, and the price is going to be €30. Now, whilst that is I think it's in the more expensive side of Omsi 2 add-ons, and as you all know, I myself do tend to be quite critical of DLCs that are overpriced. I do not think Omsi 2 add-on London falls under any of those, and in fact I think €30 is very reasonable for what is going to be the most expansive add-on for Omsi 2, and considering the fact that it features 4 routes, features 4 buses and 12 routes, it's going to have a lot of features basically, and it's been 5 years of commitment and hard work, as well as having to deal with some rather negative and unsolicited attacks towards the developer of Omsi 2 add-on London, because I know some people were not too happy with how long it's taken. But you know, I think that considering all those factors, €30 is very reasonable. And that's really all there is to the Omsi 2 add-on London news. Most of you probably know it already, but sure, it's coming this year. The next thing is also Yorkshire Counties 3.0. So now that wasn't part of Aerosoft Next SIm event, but Yorkshire Counties 3.0 is coming soon, and the bus that is going to come with it is also been revealed, and it's going to be one of the buses from the Vealing pack. Now, I'm not sure how most people feel about that, but I myself am kind of happy about that, and the reason is because if I'm honestly speaking, I haven't really been on any of the Veeling. I haven't been on any of the buses, I don't think, or I've been on them once or twice in my life that feature any of the buses in the revealing packs. I think it's like the B8 RLE, some sort of Volvo or something like that. So I don't really have too much interest in driving them. So if it's included with Yorkshire, that might mean that I won't actually invest in the Veeling pack. I'll wait until it's on offer, because I'm not sure if there's much point of getting something that's probably not going to be something I'm going to use a lot, unless obviously you guys actually want to see it on the channel. Well, so that's that. So there's going to be one version of the Veeling released with Yorkshire Counties 3.0, and that's also just coming soon. So we know that coming soon, based on what happened with the Volvo Beef, what's the word? What you call that update? The one for the Master Bus, the V1.1. So I think they announced 2 months in advance or 1 month in advance that it was coming soon. So I think that means that Yorkshire Counties version 3 is probably going to come out. Let's reverse here. It's probably going to come out. I'd say in October. And the reason for that is I have a feeling that they're probably going to have at least a month's gap between the release of Omsi 2 add-on London and Yorkshire Counties 3.0. And that's really only because I think if they put both add-ons at the same time, it's going to impact sales, because I don't think people are going to be investing €50 at once for 2 add-ons. So I think it probably makes sense that we're going to see Yorkshire Counties before London, and I'm going to reckon it's in October. Again, this is all speculation, don't take my word for it, but that is what I personally believe. Yorkshire Counties 3.0 is also, we're not sure what it's going to cost
I'm
yet.
going to be complaining about this experience.
But I think €20 is what they want it to be now. It can end up being more if Aerosoft wants it to be more, but €20 is the price range that the developers want it to be. So it's going to be very reasonably priced. Very reasonably priced compared to Vienna and the creators of Tram Sim, where Yorkshire County is going to have a bus and multiple lines. And again, Silo, the person who developed Yorkshire, he's developed Yorkshire version 1, version 2, both freeware. So again, it's definitely something that is not going to disappoint. And considering how much work's gone into this and how many years of work's gone into expanding and improving Yorkshire, I certainly think it's €20 it's going to be a bargain. Even if it's €25, it's going to be a reasonable price. And then finally, the last bit of news is that Keedlestone. So I haven't really been paying too much attention on Keedlestone myself, not going to lie. It is a payware add-on, but it's a payware add-on via Fellows Films rather than Steam. And apparently it's meant to be released at some time in October. I'm not sure if I'm going to have I'm going to feature Keedlestone on this channel, because I'm not actually sure if I'm going to get it. I'm more leaning on not getting it, purely because I don't want to invest in so many Omsi 2 add-ons, and because obviously there's other games and that kind of stuff, and I don't want to go crazy with all this. But you know, if it's like below £10, I might consider it. I'm just checking now which way we're going. Yeah, so we are going to the school. But that's the news with Keedlestone, as far as I know. There's a new version coming out. It features new routes and that kind of stuff. I don't think it has a bus. It's payware and it's on Fellows, and it's coming out in October. And I really think that's about it when it comes to the news, bus-wise. I think those are the highlights of the Aerosoft Next SIm event. Those are the main things featured. So there's a lot of add-ons and bus simulators and tram simulators that are coming out within the next 2 or 3 months, so there's a lot that there's going to be to keep the community busy. So, you know, there's a lot to look forward to, basically. Okay, yeah, I've stopped a bit too close here to these yokes, and as you can see, the bus driver here is sitting right at the top. So if this was in real life, they'd probably be chatting to the driver. What Omsi 2 sometimes can be very realistic, eh? Okay. Yeah, so that's really it with that news on that front. I'm not sure. One of the things I found surprising was there was no mention of the Lotus in. There's no mention of Lotus in the Next SIm event. And that's very surprising because, you know,
Hello,
Lotus
mate.
is meant to be one of the big simulators that's going to be feasible. Actually, I'm not sure if Lotus is being published by Aerosoft. I can't remember. I kind of assume it is because obviously Omsi 2 was published by Aerosoft, but you know, Lotus might not be an Aerosoft product, so that might be why it wasn't mentioned in the next event once again. You know, yeah, there's no news in what's happening with Lotus. There isn't much news at all, but I definitely think that Tram Sim is probably going to impact the potential of Lotus, this Tram Simulator. But see, this is the thing, some people on the Discord were saying that Lotus Tram Simulator is a better value than Tram Sim, and the reason for this is because even though Lotus is €4 more expensive, that Lotus actually has more trams. It has the Steam Workshop, it has a open source modding tool, and it's meant to have, I think it's meant to have 2 or 3 tram lines, so it's meant to work out as better value. But you know, that's what people in the community have been saying, and you know, I don't know which one's going to be better. I don't know, but you know, I myself, I'm not too happy that the Tram Sim 36 I think it's a bit too steep personally. But you know, graphically it does look amazing, and it's meant to be 4 square kilometers. But you know, towards the end of October I'll see if I'll get it or not. Okay, and now actually let's talk about the update of the Enviro 400 MMC. So one of the things that's kind of gone under the radar for me are the updates to the Studio Polygon buses. So both the right street light and the Enviro 400 MMC. Okay, you're not gonna wait for me to reverse out? No problem. Do what you will. So both this bus. Oh. Okay. So both the Enviro 400 MMC and the Studio Polygon Lite, they both got updates. So most of it's to do with the DDS texture. It's making the bus less resource heavy, etc., etc. But you know, I'm not sure how effective that's been for this bus here, because as you saw, we were having some issues. But that could be because I have like the chat box enabled and I'm using Streamlabs, which might be more resource heavy than whatchamacallit, than OBS. But the main features of this bus is the steering's been improved. So before, the steering on this was a bit horrendous, if I'm going to be quite honest, because it was really light, which made it really kind of sensitive and a bit difficult to control, especially at higher speeds. So the steering has been made stiffer on this, as you can see, so that's something that I'm definitely happy with, because I do like this bus a lot. It's probably my favourite bus to drive on Omsi 2. The other thing that's been added is DDS textures, the engine sounds as well. So the engines, the Voi beforehand, the Voi version of this bus was using ZF sounds. I know, as shocking as it may sound that a payware add-on is using the incorrect sounds for a bus mode, basically that's been fixed now. So the Voi is no longer using tweaked ZF sounds, it now is using actual sounds from a Enviro 400 MMC Voi version.
Now. Is he for real?
The N250UD also got, I think, an engine sound update, and this bus got a update in the scripts and the patches. And one of the things I noticed with the updates that these buses got are that they changed the max RPM and they changed the RPM settings in the script, because as you all know, I like to remove the speed limiters from buses in Omsi 2, and this of course was one of them, and I actually removed the speed limiter of this bus just before it got updated, and it had its max throttle set all the way to 3,700, and it had the max RPM set to like 2,100. But in the new update, the max throttle has been reduced to something like 2,700. So there's been some tweaking with the scripting of the throttle, and obviously that's going to impact, because I know people were complaining about over revving in some gears. So I think that's been tackled due to the change of scripting. But I've actually reverted back to those scripts with the max throttle points of 3,700, because that allows this bus to reach 130 kilometers an hour. So once we get onto a nice straight road, I'm going to mute the microphone, and I will allow you to experience the full potential and trash of this bus in silence without a voiceover. And I might actually upload as a separate video if that's something you guys want to see. But yeah, that's really it. That's really all the news there is, Omsi 2 wise and simulation wise. So I don't know if you want me to continue talking or you want me to just be quiet, that kind of thing. So you know, do let me know. I'm probably going to just mute this here for 2 minutes anyway, because we have a nice long straight road and I want you to experience the full potential of this bus. So I just want to pull 2 plugs in here. So of course, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you're new to the channel and you want to keep up with all this news about Omsi 2 simulators and you enjoy all this simulation content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and never miss out on your next virtual bus journey, tram journey, etc. And now I'm just going to mute this for, I'm just going to stop talking for the next 2 minutes. Enjoy the trash. Yeah, okay, this trash might be more short-lived than expected. So yeah, it turns out it's going to be more short-lived than expected. So we are going straight ahead. This is the terminus of some bus route. I think this is the terminus of some 347s. Also guys, if you want to add these new AI people here, so as you can see, you might have noticed all these new AI people floating about in my map. I have a link at the bottom of the description to the human pack add-on. It's completely free. So it's definitely something to add if you want to add that extra bit of variety to your Omsi 2. It's part of Games Array, so Games Array were developing add-ons for Omsi 2, but I'm not really sure what's happening there. They've been rather quiet lately. I think they're working on a Tatra Q6A2, which is a narrow gauge tram, but I think it's standard gauge in game, unless I'm wrong.
Flipping hell. Is he for real?
Flipping hell. Okay, you off. Off you go. Off you go. There you go. You can find the next bus driver. Let's see if he's for real. Oh, she's for real. Chancer. Yeah, so last time we did this route here, the 347, we butchered one of the reverses because there's a 3-point turn somewhere along the map, and that was a disaster. So that's kind of why I want to redo this map, pretty much. So guys, yeah, if there's any other particular maps you want to see, don't forget to notify me, and I will look into it. I'm pretty sure most of you prefer these RHD maps, RHD or UK maps anyway, so that's why we do them more. But yeah, that's really it. So I might just let you enjoy the drive, and then I'll respond to the live chat as it goes, or if I remember something else that's noteworthy, I'll mention it as well. We are getting to the trash part anyway, so. Whoa, 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 what was that? Magician. Pretty sure there's better places you can be doing magic there, yeah? Yeah, because this bus does have a top speed of 130 kilometers an hour, but we're waiting for the opportunity. Oh, you want to get off? They all want to get off today. Not sure what those sounds are. It sounds like something creaking. Jesus, come on. There's enough clearance. Go, go. Amateur. I'll reverse for you. How about that? That's how nice. So wait, look at this tosser. Can't go when I am. Can't go when I've left enough clearance for them, but the minute I start reversing to make more room for them, they can drive straight into me. Gotta love Omsi 2 AI. Oh yeah, by the way guys, don't forget to watch the next Funny Moments video. It's coming out on Friday, and you're gonna get to see a lot of idiots on the road, and you might even see some idiots that are not the AI, that's all I'll say. Hello LB36 and London Bus 283, welcome to the stream. How are you yourself? Okay, we are getting the trash here, so we're not going to have any talk on the bus until we get past the top speed. This is one thing about this is when you play around with the script, sometimes the bus gets stuck in 3rd gear, 4th gear, which is a bit annoying. So you kind of have to put your foot off the pedal and then back on the pedal, and that kind of fixes the issues with the gears. Okay, let's try to get a. This is gonna be our thumbnail. Oh, I like this as a thumbnail. Yeah, sorry about that, but in comparison to most of the streamers, I do the thumbnails after the stream's ended, whereas most people would do it before the stream starts, which obviously makes more sense. But sure, it is what it is. The only problem I have is that, you know, how can I take a screenshot of what's going to be featured in the video before I've actually made the video?
Oi, who taught you to drive? Lewis Hamilton?
Who taught you how to talk? I don't know what other bus drivers let you do, but you ain't talking like this on my bus, yeah? Understood? Our next stop will be Field in the middle of nowhere, and you're gonna have a nice way finding a Lewis Hamilton to pick you up on a hitchhike. You're gonna give me that smart ass attitude.
Hey lads, I could do better myself.
No, can you? Okay, there you go. Do better yourself? There you go. It's all yours. Maybe you can do better yourself. I can't open the epoxy door. Okay, I think I made my point. Let's go. You can do better yourself. I'd like to see your D license first.
Please.
Oh, what's that? There's some announcement there. This bus is also meant to be better on hills than the Voy version. I know that, but I'm not too impressed. It's better than most buses, sure, but I'd like a bit more power than this now. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just trying to stick my steering wheel to the table, keeps moving. Or to the desk. Or might this be a better screenshot? Better thumbnail. Now, as you can see, also the other thing is I don't pay too much attention to liveries. I don't bother too much with liveries, and the reason for that is that I find it a bit of a pain to install. And with all these updates to the buses, no, I don't think so. A lot of these updates to the buses, it's just they start taking up too much space. Have to delete them, all that. Okay, we're gonna have to reverse and try that again. That was a fail. Yeah, great on hills. This bus is great on hills. Oops. Come on. I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I do apologize about this. I don't even know how that happened because we were on the accelerator the whole time. Like, you know me, I already let that accelerator get a brake. Not sure if you consider that a pun, get a brake, because we're meant to use the brake more. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have to do this again. I do apologize about this. Maybe she was right, that one. Maybe she can do better herself. Although with this bus, maybe not. This might be because I changed the settings in the files as well. Maybe this bus actually does perform well on hills. It's just that when I change the files, I tampered with something important. Okay, I think now we should have enough. Or not? Ah, come on. Yeah. We are going to be late, alright. Less beeping, more reversing. How about that? One thing I want to say, like one thing I like especially about the Enviro 400 MMC are these mirrors, or these smart mirrors technology. Especially for Omsi 2, it's a lot handier because it saves you having to look, change view. Oh, the engine was off. Was that the problem the whole time, the engine? Jesus, imagine. Oh, I'm not sure what's happened here. Why is this bus being a little pain? Lovely stuff. Come on. What is this? Might have to get our hazard lights on, yeah. On behalf of Smarden Express, we would like to apologize for this delay. Unfortunately, it turns out buses can sometimes refuse to move. Okay. What we are going to do is we are going to spawn this bus further down, and then we will redo this because I don't think it's liking that spot there. So now we'll go into gear. We lift the handbrake. Why are you not moving? Where's the bus stop brake? Where are the doors? There we go. It was the epoxy bus stop brake. I knew it was a bus stop brake. I had a feeling it was, even though I'm not sure when I clicked it. I do apologize about that. But you know, this is smart and it's inevitable to happen. Hello ZGTV Transport, hello and welcome to the stream. How are you yourself today? Hello Insider Gamer. Why so early? Basically I am experimenting with new times because I'm going to have to change up the streaming schedule anyway, so I don't know. I think people prefer non-consistency, I guess. Oh yeah. I don't know. It seems to be an okay time, like there seems to be people on, so maybe earlier is better. And also because I'm doing a fair few routes as well, so I'm doing this and then another route, so probably better have an earlier start. And the other thing is, if we start off early, the driving might be slightly better. Thing is, we still haven't got this bus to 130 kilometers an hour, which is a bit of a disappointment. Okay, well, no bother. Thanks for that. Oh, really? Do you? Yeah, I post all mine in the morning. Actually, I think I have noticed that you seem to like 4 o'clock a lot. Yeah, folks, for anyone that is watching this, do apologize. I don't know what I do ignore this here. I don't know what we've done here. So I do apologize about this. I don't know how I butchered this. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I do it like usually 6 o'clock in the morning, but I think the afternoon works as well sometimes as well. Although I'm not even sure how well the morning works, to be honest. Boss, if I want you in reverse gear, I would have put you in reverse gear. What are you doing? Yeah. I don't think this hill is something that the 400 MMC likes.
My word, this is just too much. I've never experienced anything like this on a public carriage vehicle. I'm going to be complaining about this experience.
Yeah, as you can see, the bus is really struggling at the moment. It is really struggling.
Taught you to drive, Lewis Hamilton.
Much. I've never experienced anything like this on a public carriage vehicle. I'm going to be complaining about this experience.
I think we broke the bus, to be honest. I think we broke the bus. Because for some reason the speed was all the way at the top. Yeah, so... This is the thing with start-stop technology in Omsi 2. I'm not sure how well it works because the street light, all it does is turn off the engine, but then it doesn't turn back on, so you have to turn it on manually. I thought in real life that it's meant to be automatic. Although maybe not. Yeah, I do apologize for this. Clearly this bus ain't great on hills. Okay, so we're gonna have to use the cheat again, but it is what it is. It can't get up this hill, what can I do? Let's spawn it in here. No, there's a stop there, so let's spawn it in here. I'm just gonna check something here, by the way, just to see if this works. Because it doesn't seem to work for some reason. Nope, that doesn't work. This is the other thing, have the sound on, in order to be able to hear my microphone, the sound is really low, so I actually can't hear if the bus is struggling or not, is the only problem. I definitely hear that there's something not right with the bus, but that's about it. Don't stop on hill, don't stop on hill. Yeah, this is another dodgy hill. This hill, if you stop on it, it's bye-bye, so... Oh yeah, we're also in the 10.3 version variant. I forgot to mention that at the start. Oh. Yeah, there's something wrong with this bus, alright. That rev counter shouldn't be stuck at 20 when I'm stopped. Once we get off this hill, I'll see what's the story. Whoa. Okay. We will do some proper driving now, I do promise. Okay, we're gonna restart the bus. Yeah, that... For some reason this is revving constantly. I don't know why. So the rev thing's... the rev thing's broken. Very odd. And it's not fixing itself.
Audio working. September 15th, 2019.
What the hell is this? I have no idea what's happening here. This is... Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to swap this bus out. Once we reach the terminus, I'll change it. I have no idea what the hell's happened there. As you can see, the bus is completely given up. The bus has completely given up on us. And now we have a broken rev counter. Whoa. Actually, I don't think this is the right way. We just came up this hill. This is not the right way. Let me just come up this hill. Yeah, we did. Oops. Which way are we going? Now I'm confused. Yeah, it's this way. Okay. Yeah, this definitely doesn't feel realistic. The bus is driving and the rev is just stuck on its own thing. Yeah, that speedo's not working as well. That speedo seems stuck as it just seems flickering back and forth. Yeah, this is broken, okay. RIP. Oh no, the speedo is working. Oh yeah, so I'm going to mute the mic there now, and I will fix this bus once we get to the terminus. I'll change it up. I'll swap it out basically. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna swap out the bus here, and I think if we load in, I don't know where we're going to load in now. But yeah, that was a bit of a disaster, so I think what we will do is we'll load the bus into Rye, and then we will do the return journey, because we didn't do the route properly anyway, because the bus struggled up some of the hills, so yeah, not great, but sure, that's something to do for you. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes not so much. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Like that, the rev thing just completely broke. I think it was when we tried to go up that hill and we kept flooring it, and it refused basically. It just got stuck. I think there was some problems with. I think there was some problems with the Enviro 400 MMC doing that, where it was over revving. So, but yeah, sure, that's it. Yeah, but sure. So anyway, now we're gonna load into Rye, and we'll do a proper one. So more or less, actually, I might actually stick this steering wheel properly onto the thing, and try get a proper run going. So multiple routes turns out we just do the 347, but we have to do the 347 properly. So let's select the timetable here. So 347. There's a 347 that goes from Rye back. Bus station Premier in A. That's the 349. No, no, no. No, no, that's not what I want. Let's go back to duty. Let's see this one here. So, no. Yeah, so I know it's a bit odd because you are not seeing this. You don't see the overlays in Omsi too. So, but at the moment I'm trying to see if there's a 347 from Rye to Wansum. So this is the thing with this map. Depending on when you load in, I think they have different timetables for different periods. I think when it's off peak or school holidays, there's a different timetables, and then when there are schools on, there's different timetables. So depending what season you load in, the routes and the timetables are different. 347 Premier in A, bus station A5. So we're gonna change it to morning, and there's our thing. So if you go to 7, and then we'll just do 7 o'clock, and then we just need to load into, where is this? Premier in A. There we go. And then we'll do the 347 to Wansum, and hopefully we won't get any lag in Wansum. So I'm just going to set the timetable here. That's what I'm doing at the moment. That's the other thing. Some of these AI passages do look the same as some of these custom AI people actually look similar to the custom AI people in whatchamacallit, the custom AI people in Omsi 2 in general, like the default ones. I'm just trying to check here why there's something. I'm just checking something with the stream here because first time using Streamlabs and not sure if everything's working correctly. Oh, I have to download this yoke. Oh, maybe I have not. Okay, yeah, do bear with me here for a second, but we will get back. So, and we also actually try to get to the top speed as well. Okay. Oh wait, back. I don't want it there. Yeah, so do bear with me here. I'm just installing this little bot joke here. Because I need to test it at some point. There's 2 views at the moment, so it's not too bad. And anyway, we're a bit early to leave, but we can always change the departure. Okay. We should be ready to go soon. Okay, geez, we've been 1 hour and 10 minutes and we still haven't done the route properly. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost ready to depart now and do the proper run. So probably put the microphone on mute now, since there's much more to say, and I know some of you probably enjoy just seeing the route rather than having someone talk all the time. And anyway, if you want to see the talking point of watching this in replay, you can just go back to the start with all the news. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the best time to be doing this now, but see edit. This is the official site, yeah it is. Okay. Okay, this is not working at the moment, so I'll deal with this later. Right, let's get going. So, we are set to depart at 1:15. Let me set the timetable quickly. Our Enviro 400 MMC has been fixed, as you can see. We just swapped it out.
Audio working.
We're back in. It's dark again, but this time it's not the evening, it's the morning. And let's hope we can actually get this route done properly this time. Actually, we don't even need a timetable, do we? No, we won't stick with the timetable, because we might have to load the bus up. I mean, we have to load the bus if it doesn't get past the hills. So, 3, 4, 7, 2, 1 some. Nope, not the 349. That's not the one we want. There we go. Right, let's get going. This bus is ready to do 140 kilometers an hour, 130 kilometers an hour. Let's not let it down. Any passengers waiting? Let's go. Right. And I don't know why this happens with the displays. See, this is the other thing with the Studio Polygon products. Sometimes the displays don't work. Why is this one not working? I have no clue. The back's working, but sure, the front's not working. Oh no, that one's working. But if I go to want some, will that one work? No. Oh, it's not. Yes, okay, grand. Right, let's get out of here. The next stop will be someplace in Smarden. Right, yeah, that's really it. So guys, I'm gonna mute this for now, unless someone pops on at some time. So enjoy the ride, and we will do some proper driving. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you're new to the channel, you can always consider subscribing if you want to never miss out on your next virtual bus ticket, or bus tour, or journey, something like that. That's it for now. Enjoy the ride.
My gran could drive this bus better than you.
Good morning, alright. Jesus, God, no, that goes down and we all
You're
drive
the worst bus driver ever.
Bad driver. Flipping hell. Is he for real? Hey, we at the fun park here or something, dude? Man, that's a wild drive.
Hey lad, the wheels on the bus are supposed to go round and round, not fly off.
Oi, who taught you to drive? Lewis Hamilton?
Steady on there, mate.
Why are you driving like a maniac?
Audio working. September 15th, 2019. Audio working. September 15th, 2019.
Governor, what the hell's going on with your driving? Jesus, Governor, what the hell's going on with your driving? Flippin' hell. Is he for real? Flippin' hell. Is he for real? Oi, who taught you to drive? Lewis Hamilton?
You call yourself a driver?